Three words got me permanently banned from the official Dwarf Fortress forum. God, please no. No threat, no spam, no personal attack. 3 words of disagreement, followed by a permanent ban from the forum for a game I've played for years. And here's what I was disagreeing with. On July 1st, 2026, somebody asked Tarn Adams whether transgender dwarves were still planned. Tarn said the plans fluctuate, that changing pronouns in combat reports didn't feel sufficient enough, and that he wasn't sure what a good pathway forward would be. He's not cancelling it. Idea of trans dwarves is still sitting on the table, because the proposed implementation currently isn't elaborate enough. This is Dwarf Fortress, the game that simulates civilizations, wars, trade, religion, and many other things. Apparently, the simulation still has an urgent blind spot. Dwarves that LARP as other gender and get offended if you call them the wrong pronoun.
Stop misgendering me!
In March 2023, Tarn explained the position more directly. If we're secretly bringing along a lot of gender assumptions and just not talking about them yet in-game, then of course there should be trans dwarves and others, since we sim stuff here. There's the argument. Dwarf Fortress simulates things, therefore it should simulate this too. That logic has no limiting principle. Dwarf Fortress doesn't simulate every medical condition, political identity, subculture, or dispute currently consuming social media. It selects systems that produce interesting decisions, conflicts, histories, and failures inside the game. A feature belongs because it improves the simulation. This exists outside the game isn't something I'd say that improves the said simulation. I initially assumed this came from KidFox, or somebody trying to turn a 20-year-old fantasy simulation into another delivery vehicle for current year politics. But it didn't. Tarn has held this position since at least 2014, and probably even earlier with his previous liberal game. And it's been visible on Bay12 for more than a decade. December 2014 had a forum discussion about a transgender and intersex mod. January 2015 had another argument about women in games. Hopefully this channel has enough requirements to put links, but if not, I'll leave them in the comment, so you can read threads yourself and see which opinions are allowed and which ones instantly get deleted. That is if you have a magnifying glass to even read it. That said, the community wasn't naturally unanimous. It became unanimous through moderation. Remove enough unwelcoming opinions and every room becomes welcoming and cozy. So then I tested the surrounding communities. The official KidFox Discord describes itself as friendly, relaxed, and open. Its rules also name Pepe the Frog as prohibited imagery, ban doomsaying, include a political declaration, and reserve the right to punish conduct that wasn't prohibited when it occurred. The exact sentence is, we may retroactively modify the rules or take action as we see fit, if not listed above. Friendly, relaxed, and open. Just don't post the wrong cartoon frog, express too much pessimism, reject the moderator's politics, or rely on the published rules. I expected DFHack to be different. DFHack is an independent, volunteer-run, free, and open source, a word that barely even matters in today's day and age, project. It exists because programmers spent years reverse engineering Dwarf Fortress and writing tools that let players change systems the original game doesn't expose. If anyone was going to tolerate an unfashionable opinion, I assumed it would be the people maintaining GPL-licensed modding software. A fun thing about this: some time ago, when Steam changed some rules which made DFHack stop working, I remember them clearly stating in a post that they don't want their code and their program to be managed by KidFox, which is why it's not a DLC for Dwarf Fortress. Well, a couple months later, that statement is nowhere to be seen. I swear, I think I'm going insane. And on Steam, there's no way to even know if a post got edited or not. So, I posted this. Could we count on you to restore balance to Dwarf Fortress if Tarn does end up getting pressured by KidFox and all the leftists to add men dwarves role-playing as women? I feel like that has to do nothing with the game we're playing. Notice that? A concise criticism. It's an old myth simulator, not a 2026 delusion simulator where these people run the whole FOSS world. They marked it as a disrespectful post, while I honestly said nothing disrespectful and stayed on point saying that it has nothing to do with the game. So I replied with one sentence: "You have greatly disappointed me." That reply produced a ban until August 15th for socially unacceptable behavior. You see what I mean when I said that these people run the whole FOSS world? Time and time again, they managed to prove me right. But that wasn't a threat, not a harassment, not a repeated spam or me calling any names. The quoted offense was disappointment. I guess in a month, they're expecting me to come out as its/alligator/crocodile. This is a very funny part. DFHack can modify memory, expose hidden game state, automate labor, etc, etc, but it cannot survive a disapproving sentence on a Steam discussion board. Then Bay12 finished the job. God please no. And a permanent ban. So, KidFox policies cartoon frogs, DFHack policies disappointment, Bay12 policies 3-word objections. Although none of this prevents disagreement, it only removes disagreement from places the developers control, allowing them to look around afterward and announce that the community is supportive and oh so cozy. Well, of course it is, because they have fucking banned everyone else. But the argument still is that a fantasy simulator doesn't need every fashionable political concept converted into a system, particularly when disagreement with the choice is treated as a bannable offense. Add the feature if you want to, defend it. I'm sure KidFox will make a huge announcement out of it, how great it is for their queer users. Explain what decisions it creates, what histories it generates, and why development time belongs there instead of myth generation, magic, armies, caverns, or the 100 unfinished systems already listed in Future of the Fortress. Just stop pretending this is an open community while permanently banning people for saying no. These people will probably love it, but I'm not playing this game ever again. If I could refund it, I definitely would.